Yes, it's here. The RC10 40th anniversary has landed in the UK. A massive thanks to Rochester RC for getting this to me as soon as possible. Now, this has been out in America for a week and a half, 2 weeks. So there's already quite a few unboxing videos of this car. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Well, I actually have an original RC10. So I thought what we'll do, instead of just doing a standard unboxing, I thought I'll unbox it, but we'll take the parts and compare them directly against the vintage one. Yep, looks about right. So we can look at all the colour differences to see all the parts. Is there any modifications, any changes? There's the gold. How far out is the gold from the vintage ones? And the white parts. A lot of people are saying the white parts are too white.
Not easy if you look like me, having a black wife. There are certain things we can't do, sadly, because of my appearance. You know, I couldn't, for example, chase her down the street.
So we'll compare that against a couple of my cars that I've got to see whether that's actually the case. As well as, has Team Associated done any modifications and changes to this kit? So if that interests you, also, there is something super cool that I'm going to show you at the end of the video.
What the? Good night.
I like this so far. This is very, very good. My God, you might be right, ladies and gentlemen. You might be right. This may have just fucking opened up the spiritual door for me, man.
Show you at the end of the video. Yeah, that random stuff falling off the wall. Is this? Yes, this is an original 95 RYZ10. So we're going to have a little squiz at that as well. That's come in on a loaner. Unfortunately, it's not mine. I'm just borrowing it as I've got a big video coming soon, and that's in for a comparison for that. But I thought I'd give you a little bit of an overview of that as well, because it's really cool. Right, I think that pretty much covers everything, so let's crack on and unbox it and take a look at this gorgeous RC10. Yeah, RC10. I was about to say YZ10. Okay. Right, so we've all seen the box quite a lot, so I'm not going to go over all the bits and pieces you've seen on the box. I'd just like to say I actually really like it. I like what they did with this orange blend in here and the 40th anniversary to make it feel a little bit more special. So I haven't even opened this up, so let's open it up first and then we can get out a few bits and pieces and compare it against the vintage one that I've got, as well as I do have a World's Car Riri in the collection, which is probably a bit more relevant to how they built that one as well as this one, being that it was a re-release that they did. So I haven't actually opened this at all. So as you see, it is what you get. One thing I must admit, now I've got one in my hands, they actually did put quite a lot of effort into the actual box itself. They've done like a blue hue in it, and it's got some logos and stuff inside. I feel really sorry for the people that got this and their boxes were damaged, because the issue is, yes, it's just a box, but to a collector, and this is what turns into an actual stand, a lot of them have been damaged in shipping, which is a real shame. But then of course, if you try to complain back to the courier companies that they damaged the box, they kind of just reply to you with no clue at all what you're talking about. It's the box, what you on about? So yeah, it's a bit potluck what you get, and being that this box turns into a stand, that is a bit of a shame. So the first thing that I can see is the actual parts. Now they have got a cream hint to them. They're not white. So what I'll do in a minute was I'll get a few parts out and we'll do a direct comparison and you can see. But straight away I can tell you they're not just white, they are definitely cream. So like if you've got some here, that is white. And you can see there's a definite, well, I'm sure on the camera, there's a definite difference between white and cream. So they have made the effort to make them look a little bit more like the original ones. Then we've got our tyres and rims, driver, no different, exactly the same. Will be interesting to see if the body itself is exactly the same as the re-release that they did, that's for sure. But they've definitely learned from the CC, like a few other people have commented on, that it's now wrapped protective, because the CC, mine included when I got it, was actually damaged by the tops of the chassis as it was moving around in the box. So good that they learned that. What else have we got? Then we've got our turnbuckles. They are white. One thing that was quite surprising to see, that they've actually not given you a manual where they did in all the others, and they've given you a QR code to scan to get the manual. Bit of a shame, actually. Obviously, it's to try and cut down on their costs as well and not make the prices creep up. But I personally love a manual. I actually am building a K24 at the moment, and I printed off the manual for it instead of just using the digital copy, as it's just easier to reference versus using an iPad or an iPhone or something like that. So not overly sold on that. Bit of a shame. Yeah, is what it is. Then they've got the wing and then the chassis itself. And I have to say, they did a really nice job branding it 40th anniversary, giving it a number. Mine is 2341. I think it is. Yeah, I haven't got glasses on. 2341. So quite a high number. And then they've gone and put a transfer or etched or whatever that is. I don't know whether that's a transfer on that. Really like that. It makes it feel that little bit more special, and it definitely plays towards your kind of collector. Having one that's numbered and, you know, it is attached to the 40th anniversary will make the box collectors, shelf queen collectors very happy indeed. Will it upset the people that are looking to run these? Yes and no, I think. I think the biggest part is obviously parts support and the lack of it. But there's so many aftermarket companies now that are making parts. You could basically build an RC10 from no original parts at all. So if you're thinking about taking one of these racing, definitely you can do it now. And I mean, you can get these in like full carbon, you can get them in all kinds of different forms. So yeah, I don't think it's an issue to actually go vintage racing with one of these now, worrying that you're going to constantly be on the hunt for parts. I must admit, I do like that. That's very nice. Then what else have we got? The battery tray. And then we've got the arms, rear arms. We will compare these against the original one. And then we've got dog bones. Obviously, it doesn't come with bearings. Now, that is a little bit of a shame. But I guess most of these are going to be sitting on the shelf. But really, bearings, yeah. Then we've got the rear plate. We've got the gearbox housing. Spur gear. And then we've got the front arms, uprights, tower, bulkhead. So, you know we all know this car very well. And I don't think I built the other one on the show. The only one I've built on the show like this was the World's car. Servo saver, and then the front bulkhead. Now, the front bulkhead, is it the same? I think it's... Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a slightly different gold. And then we get our usual stickers. I don't think they've actually added any extra stickers to it. That I'm not sure. Right, let's open up some of the parts and actually compare them. Right, so I've laid out a few bits and pieces. I've done it like this so I can put them back in the correct bag so I don't mess it all up. And I've got my vintage one so we can go around and actually compare against the real car. So the first thing we've got here is the bag of tyres and wheels. Obviously the tyres are slightly different, as in with the branding that goes around the side of them. But when it actually comes to it, they're pretty much identical. This one's got Proline written on it. And this one just says Team Associated. The actual rim itself, from the colour, not that far off, if I'm honest. Now, don't forget, this is very old, so it has gone a bit yellow. But I'd say they were bang on with the colour. I don't think it was that far out at all. Now, the chassis itself, if we turn it over, mine's been used. As you can see, it's more of a vibrant colour. From what you can see in the image, it's a little bit lighter, but it definitely is close. I wouldn't say it's crazily out, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the colour of it. I quite like it. It's quite a nice vibrant gold. Now what else have we got? Oh, arms. So here's the arms. Now they look a little bit brighter because mine are obviously gone a little bit darker. but not that far out. I think that's more that my arms have gone a bit more yellow, because when you compare it to the wheel, it's closer. From a design point of view, it looks identical. No issues at all with that one. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. Then we have the tower. Oh, sorry, I've got the battery thing. There we go, the tower. So you can see, obviously age plays a big part in it, but it looks to be identical. Then we have the gold front clip. Now let me put it on the actual, is it exactly the same? Yeah, it's very close. But then even on the older ones, they did vary. Look at the difference in that one. Now I have no idea if that's the original front one or what, but I've seen quite a lot that are different. Same front plate. Then what else have we got? The rear arms. So let's turn over the car. So you can see these have actually gone quite dark. And then there's the actual arms. So I think it could be that people are comparing it against their vintage ones, as they don't start out like that. They do age over time, but they look pretty much bang on. Is that's got a line through it where that one hasn't. You see that? I don't know whether that's just the dirt that's got in there or something. Then we have the transmission housing. So there we go. Let's get the outside. The outside is that there. Is that right? Where is it? That one. There we go. It's that one, isn't it? Is that right? That one. That one. No. Which side is it? That side. There we go. There we go. We get there in the end. So that is that one there. Just can't really see it with the connection. So that's what it looks like. And there you go. So again, very similar. Then you've got the motor mount. Yeah. So these are all quite close together, all three of these parts. And then the last thing is the rear tower. So if we have a look. So yes, it's much brighter, but that's more to do with age. So yeah, it's they haven't exactly gone out of the way to change a lot. They've actually kept it quite as it should be. So what you're looking at here is a 95 YZ10, an original one that's been sent to me on loan. Unfortunately, I'd like to have this in the collection. This doesn't belong to me, it's been sent to me, so it's for a comparison video when I get my TrixBits YZ10. But it's so nice, I wanted to give you a quick look at it. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. I love this body design. I must admit, it's gorgeous. Now on my YZ10 that's coming, I'm going box art because I'm going to take it racing, but I was gifted this one by Paul. This is the Musami livery, and I love this body. It's absolutely stunning. And when it's cut out, the way it sort of goes around the rear mount here, yeah, it's really nice. It's quite fat and wide and low, which is really nice. Right, let's take the body off and you can have a look at... So there we go. It's got vintage electronics in it as well. Now I think it's set up for saddle packs, one on each side. Novak. Oh, it's a Reedy. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not sure which one it is. Can't really see. Mr. T's. Not sure what turn that is. I'll have a look and see what we can find. Yeah, it's quite tasty and highly valuable. But isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Obviously, it's in a mint condition. You can see the arms underneath have done almost no work at all. Yeah, it's very beautiful. And it'll be a really good, the idea is that I'm going to do a comparison between this and the TrickBits YZ10, just to show kind of where it was and the evolution to what he's actually producing now, as I'll be having one in the collection. Yes, I've managed to save up enough money, which is why I've blown most of the budget for the last 3 months. I'm actually getting my TrickBits YZ10 really soon, and Albie is actually coming to the studio so we can ask him some questions and check out his latest and greatest offerings. So that will be in an upcoming video. So there you go, a true bit of RC royalty for you. Beautiful. So there you go, there's a quick look at the new, well, old 40th anniversary RC10 from Team Associated. Now, the problem is I can't really justify keeping a vintage one and a 40th anniversary, however much I would like to. I think I should put that money towards other future projects, and also space is limited, so it really, shame. I'd love to keep it, but I'm gonna raffle this one. So if you would like to be in with a chance to win a 40th anniversary RC10 Gold Pan for the price of a coffee, including worldwide free shipping, yep, you get your shipping free as well. I'll put a link in the description, head over there, and also all revenue that's created goes back into future content for the show, which really helps at the moment. Thanks very much, see you on the next one. Oh, don't forget, like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye bye.